Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another Supatease video. And the beta servers, they went down, but it looks like they're going to be back up probably very shortly because they just released another beta build with a bunch of class tuning adjustments and likely some class changes to review. And if you want to make sure you're staying up to date with news related to World of Warcraft educational and entertaining content, then make sure to smash that subscribe button. Your support is greatly appreciated. But let's get started here. I'm very excited to see what's going down for this week's build because obviously we're getting very close to release. So hopefully we're going to be zoning in on some major changes. For Unholy Death Knights, they have fixed an issue that caused Festering Size debuff effect to stop functioning when diseases get extended from any source, so just bug fixes for DK so far. Forbidden Knowledge rank 4 will now stop summoning a lesser ghoul to petrify when the pet is set to passive, so you're not going to randomly be aggroing things, I suppose. Midnight Season 1 set bonus, Scourge Strike now grants its runic power when the class 4-piece makes it cost no rune, so mostly just bug fixes, nothing major for DK. Honestly, DK I think was taken down a peg on the nerfs prior to this point. I was actually going to lower it a bit on my tier list. For Evoker, on the Scale Commander side of things, for Devastation, they are reducing the number of times Deep Breath is available through Wing Leader for the Scale Commander to lessen the amount of time spent airborne, which can be difficult to play. We're offsetting the damage loss with buffs to other Scale Commander talents. Now, I mean, you could fly a lot, so I'm not really surprised to see this, but how big is it? Wing Leader now causes bombardments to reduce the cooldown of Deep Breath by 0.5 seconds, down from 1, up to 1.5, down from 3, so a little bit less CDR. You still be able to do the 2-time fly, though. Might of the Black Dragonflight increases black spell damage by 30%, up from 20, and Refined Essence now increases Essence ability damage by 25%, up from 15. So you're just more damage across the board, and it's going to be less about you flying around. Nothing really major there, I don't think. For Preservation, Temporal Anomaly no longer shows on raid frames. See, I feel like healers adjusting the the buffs on the raid frames is going to be something that's really big. Although I don't think they look at Druid here at all. I'm curious if they're in the UI, if there is a UI section to this one, if they are updating that to be able to show more heal over time effects. For Beast Mastery Hunters, Dire Command and Pack Leader Bear will now properly advance Huntmaster's Call. Dire Command now benefits from Bad Luck Protection. Huntmaster's Call has been updated and now summons Haiti or Fenrir at 8 stacks, up from 6. And they fixed an issue where Fortitude of the Bear's damage reduction effect would persist when switching pets and pet specializations. So this is a lot of very specific stuff to Dire Beasts, but it seems mostly positive. I assume a higher stack is good for Beast Mastery here. On Arcane Mage, Expanded Mind has been updated. It now additionally causes Arcane Orb to grant 2 stacks of Arcane Salvo. So I'd have to review my Arcane Mage, how much I play in Expanded Mind, if that's more of a PvE change. Obviously, I think these are mostly honing in on dungeons, if they don't say PvP specifically. For Holy Paladins, they are returning Crusader Strike as a baseline spell. I actually didn't mind it as it was, but it doesn't matter what I mind. It's coming back. In this update with the intention of increasing moment-to-moment decision-making and adding more variety to the rotation. We are introducing a second charge to Crusader Strike and look forward to your feedback on how that feels to play alongside Midnight's other updates. So Holy Shock is obviously not going to override Crusader Strike. They buffed your Judgment cooldown by 83%, so you're not going to be able to Judgment. That's a bit weird to understand. Is it going to be a longer cooldown? I assume it's a longer cooldown. That's a big nerf, honestly. That was doing a lot of your consistent damage. Crusader Strike charges are no longer decreased. Crusader Might now causes Crusader Strike to reduce the cooldown of Holy Shock and Judgment. Okay, so you will have to weave Crusader Strikes to get big Judgments and be in melee range a lot more, as opposed to just getting a lot of your damage from ranged. Holy Shock's cooldown is now 9.5 seconds, up from 6, so they're lowering the impact of instant healing as well and forcing you into melee a lot more. Avenging Crusader no longer overrides itself with Crusader Strike. They buffed Crusader Strike damage and they reduced its... Oh, they also increased its cooldown. Shield of Righteous now reduces the cooldown of Crusader Strike by 1.5. This is previously Holy Shock. So a lot less instant healing, a lot less ranged instant damage, and you'll have to be compromising your positioning a lot more, which could likely be more punishing. And Paladin was pretty strong, so this seems like a good move in terms of balancing them at the same time as adding more fluidity to the rotation. For Discipline Priest, Piety will now redistribute 15% of its overhealing, down from 20. Preventative Measures increases the damage of Smite, Penance, and Holy Nova by 15%, down from 20. And Divine Aegis no longer shows on raid frames, so nothing major really so far. For Holy, they fixed an issue causing Benediction, the Apex talent, to heal for less than intended. Always like that when your ability is healing less than what it reads for. So you're getting a little bit more benediction healing. For Shadow, they fixed an issue causing the damage over time effect from Shadow Word Madness to not properly account for damage modifiers when casting the ability while the debuff is already present. So I think it's gonna be a lot of stacking damage. Shadow Word Madness is Devouring Plague now, so you'll be able to get a lot more damage when you're stacking it. Fixed an issue causing Tentacle Slam to engage enemies before it deals damage. So again, a little bit of like an aggro change there. For Restoration Shamans on Farseer, Primordial Capacity once again increases the maximum stacks of Tidal Waves by 1. So you're going to be able to get more fast-casted heals. Stormbringer, Surging Currents now increases the effectiveness of your next Healing Surge or Chain Heal by 16%, down from 20 though. It's weird because they just buffed the Hybrid Healing, but now they're nerfing it on the hero tree. And they're nerfing it even on the baseline here. Healing Surge is getting nerfed, and that will be nerfed in PvP too. Even though on the last build, they just buffed it. Raging Maelstrom, unless they thought it was too OP. I can't say it. I played against too many enhancements. I thought it was too OP though. Or what is this? Maybe this will compensate. Raging Maelstrom now causes Healing Surge and Chain Heal to gain 50% of the Maelstrom weapon benefit, down from 100. No, these are seemingly very big nerfs. But Chain Heal is getting 100% buff. So they just want you to press Chain Heal instead of Healing Surge, I guess. They fixed an issue that caused Maelstrom weapon spending abilities to incorrectly do damage as if they consume 10 stacks of Maelstrom weapon when Raging Maelstrom is talented without overflowing Maelstrom, and Rolling Thunder now grants the Nature's Feral Spirit when Doom Wind is active while Ascendance is talented. It's a little bit of bug fixing and a big redistribution into Chain Heal. I mean, I guess that will increase your viability in Mythic Plus, like if you're actually able to add a substantial amount of healing. But I think it also costs your Maelstrom in PvE, whereas in PvP you can get the talent where after you Lightning Bolt, your heal is free. It doesn't cost Maelstrom, so it'll be a big loss, I still think, to do that. For Restoration, they are aiming to add more interesting decisions to Restoration, which has felt lacking. I was actually bringing this up in my video, that it didn't really have a lot of choice anymore. As well as addressing a core talent issue, pushing gameplay towards a repetitive playstyle. To accomplish this, we're returning Tidal Waves to the talent tree, updating Ascendance with a different set of mechanics, and removing Whispering Waves. We feel this will be more exciting to play with and prevent current and future issues with Whispering Waves pushing gameplay too far towards an unfun playstyle. Thank you for your continued feedback. Ascendance has been redesigned. Immediately heal allies within 20 yards and transform into a water ascendant. While ascended, your chain heal jumps to 3 additional allies with 10% reduction for all jumps. Healing Wave will always critically heal and heals 1 additional ally at 50%. And the mana cost of chain heal and Healing Wave is reduced. So it doesn't just provide you passive AoE healing, it buffs your direct healing spells. And still a lot of focus on chain heal. Tidal Waves returns and has been updated. Each cast of Riptide grants 1 stack of Tidal Waves, reducing the cast time of your next Healing Wave or Chain Heal by 20%, and you can get 2 stacks. Lava Surge can no longer trigger when Lava Burst is not talented. Echo of the Elements and Primal Tide Core have changed positions in the talent tree, and Whispering Waves has been completely removed. Now, I'm not sure the implications of Whispering Waves being totally removed, but a lot of these changes are seemingly very minor and mostly targeted around healers. Like, we don't see a huge amount of tuning here. And we get the PvP section right down below. So does this mean that they're closing in on like no more active tuning as far as PvE? Because a lot of that did not seem very major, mostly just bug fixes and bug trimming. But for PvP, we got Death Knight. Stitchmaster will now heal for 2% of the Lesser Ghoul, down from 5, so a little bit less tanky on DK. Fix an issue that caused life and death healing to not function, but you're also going to get actual healing from this ability. My god, dude. Whenever I read stuff like that, when an ability is just not functioning, I get very concerned. This is a very light build, though. I wonder if more changes are to come, if this is really everything, because I got this basically as soon as it was up. But for user interface on nameplates, important cast highlighting is now more obvious. Under enemy NPC buffs and debuffs, and the shared CC checkbox is now enabled by... I like this. This is a very good change. This is what I had a criticism of, is that like the out-of-the-box experience with the UI is not very good. Like, a lot of stuff should just be on by default. So having this on by default, although it seems very minor, that's actually a really good fix for just like the broad player, right? That doesn't know how to navigate the UI interface settings. The Endeavor's progress bar in the housing dashboard now has a percentage text on it, and the item sets tab in the adventure guide has been removed. I feel like this is still really light. This feels really, like not bad changes. I mean, the enhancement one seems a little bit strange, but not bad changes. But I was really expecting more tuning. especially in the PvP section. Like we have a lot of classes that are just one-shotting at the moment, and then some classes that feel like they can't really do anything. So this seems a very light update. If any more notes come through, obviously, I will release another video with the additional updates. Maybe this is like a first glance, or there's more notes that are yet to come. If it's not, I'm a little bit concerned. Like there's some stuff in here that's really good. Playing catch up, and obviously the bug fixes are nice, but I feel like the game needs a lot of tuning really still to get dialed in. I was hoping for like more consistent active tuning every week, bringing things up by a small amount and down by a small amount to try and get it honed in there. So a little bit dicey, but we will wait and see. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.